Hey guys, how's it going? It's X666X Iron Maiden, and we are back today with more Sabaton. This is the highly requested Into the Fire. Alrighty guys, Into the Fire. This one apparently is about the second probably should have read that word before starting. Apparently I can't talk even worse in the morning. Indochina, or Indochina, because I don't know, it's all put as one word, but anyway, called the Vietnam War in the West and the American War in Vietnam. I don't know what I was trying to say there. I was trying to say something else. It was a proxy war in the context of the Cold War. It was fought from 1957 to 1975 between North Vietnam, supported by Communist allies, and South Vietnam, supported by the United States and other anti-communist nations. The Vietnam War exacted a huge human cost in terms of fatalities, about 3 million deaths. 2 million of them were civilians, and 4 million people suffered serious injuries. So this is what that's about. Here we go. All right. Oh, hello.
Sent from home, all season into the unknown. That we landed in the jungle, sent on first patrol. Sun down, dawn is hot, digging for the night. Ambushed in the dawn, they came, the jungle's alive. I fail, my fire starts to burn. The heat, controlling my mind, the soul. A savage running wild, within me the beast starts to roar. Now I'm ready to strike. A creature of the night, into the fire. The flame of napalm strike. Sarge down, I'm in charge. Pieces everywhere. Overrun yet order has right. Condemned us all to burn. Napalm from above, burning friend and foe. Chaos on the battlefield.
Yeah, man, fuck.
It's driving me insane. It's burning us all, this fight. No man will live to tell. Within me my blood starts to boil. Now ready to strike. The creature of the night, into the fire. The flame of napalm strike.
Hey, why do they always have that super cool like riff right after their solo? They always pull off like a super cool one, especially like maybe not as much on the early albums, but later they do it all the time.
To strike, the creature of the night, into the fire, the flame of napalm strike.
There you have it. That was Into the Fire. Finally got to that one. That one was a decently highly requested song. It wasn't as high as a couple of the other ones that are going to be coming out in the next few days. Hint, hint. Actually, After we're done reviewing the song, I'll let you guys know what's coming up later this week, since it's been about a week since the last time I did it. This one was fucking cool, and you can tell that Sabaton's kind of taking the side of, it was almost like most of the planet at this point, that the Vietnam War was basically just a waste of time in the end. I mean, in the end, the U.S., when they leave, it just all goes back to, like, everything that they took, basically. They would take land, and then they'd leave that land, and then the Vietnam would come back and take it. From a lot of the battles, anyway. And in the end, the mission was never even complete, what they were trying to do, and everyone left. They're napalm striking civilians, and their own, while they were still getting the enemy, of course, but it's just a big shit show from what history now likes to go back and talk about the most from it. And was probably hell for the soldiers on both sides and the civilians. Afterwards, we know of a lot of people that came back that were with PTSD bad, really bad. Unfortunately, at that time, PTSD still wasn't being addressed like it is now. They used to use the word shell-shocked. They had a bunch of... There's a video on this on YouTube that you guys can try to find about the history. Maybe type in the history of PTSD. Because I can't remember the name, but just search around. There's a video that goes through what they thought everything was for PTSD up until now, what we now treat it as, and it's just a little cool little bit you guys can watch on your own. Other than that, this song had the regular Sabaton come in with the opening riff, do first part chorus, solo, cool riff after the solo, and back to the chorus again. And that formula seems to work really well for them, and I enjoy it. It keeps the songs relatively around the 4 to 5 minute mark too, which is kind of cool. Like, a lot of their songs stick around that amount, because their music isn't really something that needs to be, like 8-minute song. They're not known for being the epic power metal where you gotta have super long songs, and it fits them well. I'm glad that they don't do a lot of long songs. Like Rise of Evil was super cool. It was like 7.5 minutes, something like that. That one, it fit and it made sense. But this one, it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. As usual, amazing riffs. It's the usual Sabaton at this point. Whatever. Sometimes it's hard to say something different because a lot of the songs end up being similar, just in their own way, and you can only say the same thing over and over again. But anyway, while I got us here on the Sabaton video, I can name a few of the ones coming up in the near future, not particularly in any order that they might actually be popping up in, but just so you guys get an idea what's coming out this week. We have another cover coming, Judas Priest cover, All Guns Blazing, coming up this week. We got No Bullets Fly coming up this week. The Last Battle is also coming out this week. So, but there's, that's a few already that have been highly requested. Plus, probably the most requested song left on the list, besides maybe later on, maybe not this week, but next week, Got Mit Uns is on there. But other than that one, I think I can pronounce it, Oelmak. I think it is pretty highly requested. That's also coming out this week finally, guys. So hopefully you guys can look forward to those ones this week. Other than that, that's a wrap on this one. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already to see more from me. And as always, you guys have a good one, and I'll catch you later.